Shout out Sniper T on the beat.
Tamara to the break of dawn is on the rise, with life on the forefront of the mind. So line for line, you can ride this brain train and you can change your station without even touching the dial. So relax, stay a little bit, but listen for a while. And whether you're bumping this in the whip or in a business fit, it's a meeting you won't want to miss. A meeting for a meal to feed the soul with words for the mind. So sit back, enjoy the ride. Time to take off, it's time to fly. Cause Tamara till the break of dawn is on the rise.
Okay, so I'm back, I guess. I didn't think I'd be back this quick, but here we are. Today I tried something different. I try to just sit and that I didn't realize how hard it is for me to just sit. So I set a timer for 15 minutes, and I just sat there and I took my shoes off so that I could feel the carpet, or whatever. And I have this hoodie robe that it is a robe, but it's also a hoodie. So it's really big. If you saw my podcast happy hour retreat pictures or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like it has this big pocket in the front, so that's usually where I'll put my phone or whatever. And so I have my hands inside of that, and I was just kind of, for some reason, touching because it's soft, almost like I don't know what kind of material it is. It's not a hoodie material. It's like a soft blanket material, but it's a hoodie. But anywho, I was for some reason, touching the fabric or whatever was somewhat calming, but where I found myself frustrated, and this has been a thing a lot lately. I wasn't always like this. This is more recently. I couldn't just sit there and shut my mind off. So I'm sitting there, I tried to do that instead of journaling, because I feel like my journal is just becoming the same old every day. And I don't know why I'm irritated with that, because I mean, it is what it is, but I don't know. I didn't feel like journaling. So I tried something different. I try to just sit there, but I set this timer on my phone, because first I was thinking okay, well, how am I going to know when 15 minutes is up? So I set a timer on my phone, so that helped me to just sit there and not feel the need to look at my phone or my watch to see how much time had passed, because time feels forever when you're just sitting there and when you're just waiting. Also, when you're waiting for something to happen, that's another time that time feels like it's so slow. It just really feels like last week I thought last Friday was gonna be May 6th. Why? I don't know. But there's something that's supposed to happen May 6th. And I was trying to RSVP to this thing, and then I realized it's not it was whatever. So yeah, time was going slow, and I was worried about okay, how am I gonna know when 15 minutes pass? So then I set a timer on my phone. So I started my 15 minutes all over, and it felt like forever. Like I had been sitting there forever. Literally 2 minutes had passed. So I set my timer on my phone so I could not have to worry about that. And then I kept trying to not think about anything and not have my mind and my thoughts racing all over the place, random stuff. Like, what's crazy is I know a lot of people, and even in the podcast community, there's different podcasters that I would say are my friends, even though I've only met some of them. I've only actually met the pod crew, but as I get to a place of trying to travel more, I notice that there are podcasters that I'm cool with that live near places where I have friends that I could want to go visit or whatever. So I'm trying to make my rounds or whatever. So like I'll meet who I meet or whatever. Anyways, but what I've noticed that I dislike, and I've always been the kind of person who like the people that I have called my best friend, like there's two people that I could think of that I no longer talk to, which is why I really struggle with. I hate. I don't know. There's many reasons why I struggle with the term of calling somebody my best friend. One of which is like, so aside from the fact that I don't talk to the two people that I like so freely gave that title to, it was before I stopped talking to either of them that I struggled. It's the fact that I had two. It's the fact that the one I knew from like 13 up, okay, that was my best friend, and she was the only one that had that title. And then somewhere in my late 20s, I met somebody else, and I gave her that title. And then I'm like, how do you have more than one of something? Only one can be the best. Like best is the best. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I kind of started struggling with that. And then now that I don't talk to either of them, like Lindsay is a really, really, really good friend, and she knows this, and she has called me one of her best friends for years. And it's not that I don't value her or whatever, but like that title, I even struggle with giving it to her. You know what I'm saying? Even though, man, that's my friend. Like for real, for real. We done been through all kinds of seasons of life and whatever. She knows stuff about me that a lot of people don't, etc. But there's not one person on this earth though that knows everything about me. Like that's just, the way, whatever. But even with her, but my whole point of that is that I've always been the kind of person that like I hated when my best friend, one of them, would like call other people her best friend. Like, how the fuck you out here claiming other people? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? And I never realized how possessive I can be as a friend. Like, if you're my friend, you're my friend. And even though I have other friends, so it's not like in this toxic way, but it's like when you create bonds with people and then you could see, because you could see everything on like Twitter or Facebook or wherever. And I've noticed like when I know people that they know somebody else that I know that I don't know how y'all know each other, I'd be like, what? You know what I'm saying? And so I've noticed I've been wrestling with that more. Normally it doesn't like bother me. It's just, whatever. But I think because I'm in this place where I feel I'm a part of a lot of things. Like even if you look at all the things that I do, I'm a podcaster, I'm a blogger, I create you know content for TikTok, I run a company, I launched a brand, then I'm a mom. Those are just all the things that are like on not online stuff, but you know what I mean. But it's like I'm a mom, I'm a daughter, I'm blah blah blah. I go to church, whatever, whoop-de-woo. I have whatever friends, but I don't know. I'm a part of so many things, but I don't feel connected to anything. Now, part of it could be because I spend a lot of time at home. Like I told y'all on the last episode, like this, I've been without a vehicle since January. So that has really, like, I don't go to small group, I don't whatever, because again, my Kayliana, that's my oldest daughter, has a car that I could use whenever I need. Like, if need be, I could drop her and Janae off at work. They work at the same place, and I could use their car. But it's kind of like, I don't really have a need to do that. Then of course I'm gonna put gas in her car to replace it, because I'm not gonna just use up her gas. So it's like that just really hasn't been a priority because finances are tighter, because of course we know I launched this company, and in all things, um, stuff takes time. Like I get it, but it's I don't know. I'm just finding myself frustrated with that. I feel like who am I? Like I don't even know who I am. Like I feel like so much of I don't know. Like I've never been a business owner before, and so much of who I was like I was in the social work field for so many years and like that's what I did and whatever. And I mean, I wanted to leave. That's why I started the company because it's like I was getting I was at this place where like even before I got the job that I left, so even before I started working there, I already was at a place where I didn't want to be like on the front lines anymore. I was feeling kind of like burnt out and drained um because I don't know. I think I don't know that I always knew what an empath was, but the more that I start to understand what it is and how much I absorb people's energy and people's whatever, I think that may be why I was getting burnt out because there's just like when you work with like at risk youth and or just people in poverty and like I don't even know why I feel like I want to cry right now. And who knows, maybe I will because the camera's not on. So if you hear that, whatever. I'm trying not to just because I don't know. I like to cry. I kind of like compartmentalize stuff like okay, now is the time when I'm going to do this. All right, now I got to get back to whatever. But even before I like left my job, hell, before I started working there, like I said, I didn't want to be on the front lines anymore. So I was wanting to get out of the social work field and get more to a position of ultimately where I'm at now, like development and like helping people become good worker. So I wanted to get into like staff development and stuff like that. And the position I had when I left was kind of along those lines because there was training and there was auditing of people's stuff or whatever to make sure that it was being done correctly, noticing trends to see like what are overall training needs, like overall, of the company or whatever, so like it was along those lines, but like in that field, it's just not even it's so crazy because like even having a bachelor's degree, like it don't even necessarily mean anything in the social work field because there would be people that would come in and make the same amount of money with a high school diploma. No shade to them, but my whole point is me sacrificing that time and money, you know what I'm saying, even with student loans and stuff. And then it's like it doesn't mean anything. And I just feel like nothing means anything right now and I'm not like suicidal or I'm not whatever. I wouldn't be I don't know. I wouldn't be talking on here if I was there. So it's not this hopeless place, but I'm just like what is the point of anything that I'm doing? Like what is the point of I mean podcasting is for me, so that's the only but at the same time, really, what is the point of any of this? What is the point of having a company? Why do I make content every day? Literally, I don't make it every day, but it's scheduled to go every day. Why do I create content trying to pour out to people and encourage them and educate them on how to whatever, have a solid foundation for their company. Like what is the point of any of this? Why do I do any of this? Does this even make a difference? And maybe that's what I'm struggling with because I'm somebody that's why I worked in the social work field. It's like the work that I do, even though man, it wasn't financially lucrative, like I know for a fact I made a difference in people's lives and maybe That's what my problem is that I mean, I don't even know. Who knows if it's even a problem? Who knows if whatever is happening isn't gonna like fade away? Maybe I just need to talk it out. But I just know I'm like whatever this is, it's like this lingering thing. It's not this like when I got off the mic the after the last episode like this, yeah, there's some immediate relief because I talked out whatever, but then again it's like it's still there. It's almost like why don't I why it's almost like when I think about why I don't like numb my pain, you know what I'm saying? So like I've as I've gotten older, like I used to smoke to numb my pain. I used to then drink to try to numb my pain. But the thing with those things is that for me, and it's probably true for everybody, it's like once you come down from that high, once you come down from whatever problem you're trying to not feel or whatever is still there. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I'm the kind of person that like if I'm feeling some kind of way, I mean, I don't smoke anymore, but if I'm feeling some kind of way, I'm not going to drink when I feel that way, like on purpose. And now that I've gotten to that place, I really try to dive in and figure out whatever it is because I'm not the kind of person that really likes to feel down for an extended period of time. Now, this is not to say that I haven't struggled with depression or whatever, but it's never been like this lifelong thing. It's like situational, you know what I'm saying? And it could be I'm just tired, like, sometimes when you have extended periods of stress, and then man, grief because my brother-in-law, um okay. My brother-in-law passed away in February and it could be that cuz I remember when I went to grief counseling after my ex was killed, I remember the therapist was like, when you have grief, you're already at a deficit. And then anything added to that, like that in and of itself, it could be nothing else is going wrong in your life and you're just going to be at a deficit or whatever. And, but then when you add to it, so it could be that. But I think like I really don't know who I am. Like, and I've said this before, or I definitely said it the last episode that like it takes me a while to catch up with what's going on and kind of like embrace it. So it's like I'll be going along doing whatever and I'll be kind of just going through the motions and then it'll hit me like, oh, like then I don't know if it becomes more real or I don't really know what it is, and it doesn't matter. I'm a pretty self-aware person, at least enough to know something's wrong, what's right, or whatever. And I don't know. There's been a lot of change in the last 10 months, 11 months almost. So and yeah, so it could be that too. Like when I really think about it, we moved, I switched careers, my daughter ended high school, turned 18. I don't have a vehicle anymore. I mean, there's that. And then that's a lot in and of itself. Like that's a lot in a short period of time. Like everything about my life is completely different. So that's probably why I don't know who I am right now, but I don't know how to reconcile that because this is who I am. And none of what I'm saying is like I'm going to quit anything I'm doing. If you don't know anything else about me, if you're new to this show or whatever, like I'm an external processor. But so I like I got to talk it out, but I don't know. But somehow these episodes, which is I guess why I'm back, because it helps. It gives some sort of instant relief, and talking it out and diving into trying to figure out. It's almost like these are therapy sessions, and it's crazy because my therapy sessions usually ended up being, which is why I'm hesitant to start therapy back up. I'm not saying therapy's bad. I think it's very good. But what I noticed is that each time that I went, it quickly became me just talking like I just needed somebody to listen. And it wasn't really a ton of like homework and whatever, because it's not like I know everything, because I don't, you know what I'm saying? But I do have a lot of knowledge about this stuff because this is what I studied. And this, and like when you're in school, because my bachelor's degree is in psychology, because I was actually going to try to become a therapist and I decided I didn't want to do that. So when you're pursuing that, and even within the human services side of things, because that was like in my undergrad or whatever, not undergrad, in my, so I started at a community college first and then moved on to a university. Once I could have got an associate's, but there was this class, this astronomy, the stars, so not horoscopes, whatever one is the stars class, that I hated. And I just decided like I needed that class to get whatever associates I was working towards. And it was just too much and I hated it. So I was like, you know what? I don't even need an associate's because I'm going to move on to have to, like, I had to get a bachelor's degree. You know what I'm saying? So I just quit and took a break and then started the next program or whatever. But what I remember is even in the classes I took, because I chose to take a lot of like human services classes within the social work field, because that's what I chose to take then outside of the prerequisite classes that I had to take, like math and English and all that stuff. But like what I remember is you had to basically do a lot of ultimately soul searching and self discovery and this, that, and the other. So I have a lot of knowledge about different things and coping skills, and I even like look stuff up and whatever. And so it's like I don't want to be going to a therapist to just have you just listen to me, when that's ultimately why I started my podcast, was for a therapeutic outlet for me. So there is, but if like, I don't know, cuz whatever is going on is like new. And I mean, you should know this because I don't drop this frequently ever, even, I mean, yeah, so we'll see. But if, hey, if I gotta talk it out every day, then I guess y'all just gonna get all these episodes, and it just is what it is. Because honestly, these episodes, these are for me. That's why there's not all the promo stuff. I don't care about none of that. Like, if you don't know who I am, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? You should know just by, it's my show. You know. But if you don't know who I am, I mean, it's fine. You don't have to know who I am, cuz again, this is for me. Like, this is me trying something because I'm trying to figure out, I don't really know. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know why I'm like, and then I'm like, am I going through menopause? But I don't know. I just know I am not a crier as much as I cry lately, and I'm also not a feel deeply, yeah, but it just feels like it's been overkill lately. Um and that's not normally me. But then again, who knows, because man, I used to numb everything, and maybe this is who I always was supposed to be, but I was so hardened by pain that I wasn't who I was supposed to be because I was numbing everything so I didn't have to feel. So maybe it's just taken a while to, cuz I've like outside of this done a lot of like just you know, soul searching, journaling, praying. All those things are helpful for me as part of being like mentally, emotionally, and spiritually healthy. And then just listening to different, podcasts about whatever type of stuff or just whatever. So I've been on this journey, I'd say heavy the last couple years, like as long as the pandemic, simply because working from home has given me a lot of time. Because even before I started doing my own thing, I was working from home. And so, like, but yeah, that's where I'm at as of right now. And I don't know. I'm just, yeah, I feel like and it's not like anybody treats me any differently than they did before. So this literally, I don't need anybody like feeling like they got to do something different because it's not y'all, it's me. I interact with a lot of people in like everywhere all the time. Not necessarily in person just because of whatever, but I mean, I'm intentional about having video calls with people and stuff like that. So it's not that I don't have interaction. It's not that anybody's like neglecting me, but I just feel disconnected from everything. I just feel like and I also feel like I can't see, like I can't envision things being any different. Like I feel stuck and I don't even know. I feel stuck. I feel like something's missing. Um I don't know what it is, but this is where I'm at right now. So this is what I got for y'all today. I don't know. I'm guessing I'll be back. So last time I said who knows if I'll be back. I'll probably be back. I don't know when I'll be back. It's crazy because I almost dropped yesterday, but I was kind of busy. So busyness, when I have stuff to do, that's always gonna come first. But it is easy to record these because it doesn't matter. Like since there's no visuals, I mean, I have my head wrap, my scarf on because I haven't really gotten dressed. And that's another thing, like, I don't know, maybe I need to like actually just start getting dressed lately. Like, it's crazy how much of a struggle it is at times, even to just like force myself to, because I don't really go anywhere. Like force myself to get dressed. Hell, force myself to shower. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I don't even care about any of that. And but then that's not me. Like I'm trying to get back to me. So I had to like get back to my being more intentional about my skincare routine. Like that's always been something that's super important to me. Like I don't wear makeup. And it's not that I am opposed to it. I'm not one of those people. There have been seasons where I was like really trying to do the damn thing with that and thought I was like, oh, I'm a makeup artist and all this stuff. But I've gotten away from it. I don't even know why. And maybe there's that. Maybe I need to, because I don't know, but yeah, my skincare has always been something that's been super important to me. Skin and hair, like that's always been the two things that I'm not going to buy like cheap products for either of those because it's my skin and it's my hair. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has their things they care about. Mine isn't like labels or whatever when it comes to like clothes and stuff. Mine is skincare or whatever. And I've kind of gotten lazy with that, doing the bare minimum. And so, shout out to Kayliana though. She's wanting to be an esthetician, so she like looks up a lot of stuff and will share knowledge with me and her sister or whatever. So I've kind of gotten at least a little bit back on track with that. So maybe that's helpful. But yeah, it's been a struggle lately, and I don't know. I don't know because I got to figure out something though. Like, I don't know. But this is what I got for y'all today. Thank you for listening, and I guess I will talk to you when I talk to you.
Ladies and gents, this concludes transmission. Tune in next time for a whole new edition. Another adventure and mission to share, be heard, and clarify the vision of this whole new world for